they alluded to, like, could this be a real affair or was it just a storyline? At least Stephanie had enough sense to put her foot down and say, "No, Dad, that's pretty inappropriate. Like, I'm not doing that." You know what I mean? That's disgusting. I can't.
They showed, believe was it the one clip of Stephanie, the long shot where they pick up her hanging over the desk, and it's like the shot coming up of her from behind or something, and she's showing how they sexualized her over the years, and she's
They might have. I don't remember that one. They showed a lot of like Trish Stratus because she was interviewed. They showed the barking like a dog segment. Stacy Keibler with her legs open and Vince's head between. When she gets hired for the job, she's sitting on the desk and her legs are here and Vince is like between her. Vince making out with Sable, Vince making out with Candice Michelle, Vince making out with everybody.
Sable.
Yeah. Sable.
What do you think about Sable being brought up?
Then they get into Sable. This is where they get into Sable. And Vince goes to say that he doesn't remember much about the lawsuit. Do you believe it? Because I don't.
He remembered Rita Chatterton and that it was consensual from 1985.
But he doesn't remember about Sable, which I thought.
Could it be because of Sable's husband?
Well, they alluded to, like, could this be a real affair or was it just a storyline? And Vince, and I'm like, what? I've never heard of them having an affair. Have you? That's a yes.
I mean, there's things that are circulated.
Okay. I've never read anything. I've never heard anything. Again, I must be the naive one between the two of us because I don't hear anything. You're the one who gives me all my gossip. So if you heard something.
Chadster hears a lot of things he doesn't say.
Allegedly. See, this is the partnership that should not be, because if you do not share with your
man, is there stuff I can't say? I'm sworn to secrecy.
Yeah, sure.
Till the end.
There's
there's stuff you could never tell me.
Stuff I can't say that I read on the internet.
No. You know I have friends. I don't, and they've told me stuff I can't share ever.
All right. Well, Vince doesn't remember about the lawsuit. And he looked a little pissed off while he was talking about it. And it was weird, so to speak. So I don't know what he was alluding to, but I've always heard that Vince was in love with Sable on a shoot. So take that for what you will. They showed the stock exchange, New York Stock Exchange. They talked about the downfall of WCW. Talked about Vince buying WCW, covered the XFL, which was a disaster. I didn't know how much of a disaster it was. I knew it was a big one, but I didn't know about the time frame. And you know how it went down 75% since the first episode and all of that stuff. They had stats and him being interviewed about it and looking extremely uncomfortable in the interview because the guy was just rolling on him, one thing after another.
Do you remember? You don't remember all that rollout of the XFL?
No,
because it was around the time of ECW going out of business.
I didn't really pay attention to the XFL. I knew it was a football league. You know, when football wasn't around, that this came up, but I didn't know like what it was actually, or who was involved. I just knew it was Vince's thing.
Oh man, what a cluster!
Yeah.
I recorded. I still have it on tape. I transferred it to DVD. The first pregame show and the first broadcasted game that they had on network TV. They have JR and Jerry Lawler doing play-by-play of one of the games. They have The Rock doing the intro to the kickoff, right? They have Jesse Ventura as a color commentator on one of the other games, right? It is a WWF at the time show on turf. It's like, it's so bad. If you're a football fan, you're trying to watch it. But JR called football legit. So it's like he knows what he's doing, but it's like the B team. It's like watching like high school kids play professional football.
They
It
were
sucked.
showing clips, and every clip was somebody missing a ball,
Oh, so bad.
throwing a ball, bouncing off their head, trying to catch it. They missed the play. Like they were basically saying everybody sucked in the league.
Yeah.
Like it was for football players who could not make it anywhere else.
Right. It was like amateurs. I loved it because Opie and Anthony did the pregame show from New York. So I recorded it because it was like getting another Opie and Anthony show. But even they talked about how shitty it was.
Okay. Yeah.
It's great. It's such a time capsule if you look back at it.
Yeah. So they showed that, which again, I didn't know anything about it. And Bob Costas is just saying the F word like crazy.
He was great. He was great.
It was pretty funny to see him. Hey there, it is the Queen of Extreme, Francine from ECW. Do you want to see more of me? Click over here to watch another video, or click over here to listen to my podcast. And as always, thank you for your support.